Good morning, guys. It's a gloomy day. I think it might rain later, but it is okay. It feels like it's just taking forever this year for spring to come, and it's quite annoying. Like yesterday it was really nice, and now today it's 59, 60, and crappy weather, so who knows? But there's other things I could complain about. So today we're going to talk about Love Meg again, because I think what Love Meg is doing is she has already lost popularity with a lot of her subscribers that she used to be able to relate with, and that was kind of like her core audience for a really long time, because we've talked before about she was producing content that a lot of people can relate to. Having the shop on a budget, easy meals that don't cost a lot of money, dollar store decor, affordable ways to give your kid a birthday party. Like, that is relatable to most people, because most people do not have $4,000 to give their kid a birthday party, nor do they have $3,000 a month to spend on food and going out to restaurants with their kids. But I think that she's lost a lot of those, long-term subscribers because of the changes that she has displayed. What I think she's doing now is just kind of saying fuck it and kind of leaving those people in the dust, because those are now going to be veiled as her haters. The people that just don't like her, oh, they don't like me, I don't know why. Haters are going to hate. So if you're a long-time Love Meg subscriber and you've recently given her some constructive criticism regarding her lovemeg.video or her just no longer being relatable to you, you are officially a hater in her eyes. I can guarantee that, because once you voice that opinion, you're just someone that doesn't want to build another woman up. You want to bring her down and hate on her giving this glorious content that she gives everybody, showing ugly decorations and Disney trips, as much as her heart desires. And I realize saying that someone's decorations are ugly, whatever, some people might not like that, but at the end of the day, Meg is someone who doesn't, in my opinion, saying that her sense of home decor is ugly is the nicest insult that anyone could give her. So that's kind of what I think her gig is now, is she just doesn't care. She's only going to rinse and repeat this cycle as time goes on, and I don't think that she will ever drop herself down and become a little bit more relatable, because that's no longer her goal. That's my opinion, of course. Not everyone has to agree with me, but based on what I've seen, I just think that she doesn't care. And she put something on her Instagram story yesterday about, you have to travel. You have to travel. Don't worry about the money. Just do it. You guys, I could not come up with a dumber post to put on an Instagram story. I'm sure that I could think of a few things, but to tell someone you have to travel and don't worry about the money, just do it, what you're doing is you are, first of all, encouraging people to spend money that they don't have, i.e. via loans or credit cards, because not everybody has money in savings where they can just, pick up and travel. Aside from telling people to spend money that they don't have, she's also putting out a message that If you're not traveling, then you are not living life to its fullest potential. And my opinion when it comes to traveling is it's a lot of fun. And I'm sure that if everyone who, wanted to travel had the cash flow to be able to go on trips, they would. So, traveling is expensive. And let's also go back to the fact that she has most likely a lot of moms in her subscriber base. Let's just say that I wanted to go on a trip by myself. It's enough money to just pay for yourself for a plane ticket. And let's just say that you do a really affordable tiny Airbnb or a budget hotel. Then you have to think about, you have to eat while you're there. And nobody wants to travel and then not be able to buy food when they're there because they spent all their money on the airfare and lodging. It's a lot. People that can afford to travel on a consistent basis are in a very lucky position. But unfortunately, the fact of the matter is that there are a lot of people that would love to travel, and some of them don't ever leave their home state. Or if they do, they might go on a road trip to a state that's surrounding them by, taking their car and doing an overnight trip. As far as parents being able to take their kids to Disney or, don't even get me started with international travel. That's a whole nother ball game. That is not achievable to a lot of people. That's the thing. I cannot stand when Love Meg or any other influencer puts out these posts to make people feel bad about themselves, because people know that she travels a lot, and then she's going to put out this post about, oh, you have to travel, just do it. And she knows that people that are seeing this post are also familiar with her lifestyle, and in exchange, they're going to feel bad about themselves. And I know that not all the responsibility can fall on the influencer with that, but at the same time, she could have come up with a post about traveling and not made it so, oh, don't worry about the money, just do it. Because that's not even feasible advice to be giving out to people. If you want to inspire people to travel, there are other ways to inspire them without guilting them and shaming them, because you know damn well that people can't just come up with the money, just figure it out. That's not feasible. So on top of her posting that and probably receiving a fair amount of responses, she shared one response of someone that was frustrated and realized the problem with it. And Meg took that opportunity to let everyone know that she was shopping at Goodwill when she received that message. So she wanted to make sure everyone knew that she was shopping at, the poor man's store? I mean, it's just so, I don't understand why people are still supporting people like Meg. And I've always said, I'm not here to tell anyone to pick a side or call someone an idiot if they support someone that I don't. But I can call into question why someone would be okay with wasting so much of their time supporting someone who is extremely entitled, doesn't give two shits about subscribers unless they are buying merch, paying for shit behind a paywall, leaving praise, all of the above, So I do think it's okay for me to question that decision. And that's the thing that I come to a lot of times, is just when I'm watching someone in my free time, I have to, because I have a commentary channel, I have to segregate. Like if I'm watching content so that I can deliver a video on it, that's one thing. But as far as like who I'm supporting and who I'm really watching in my actual free time, if I ever say, why am I wasting my time watching this person? That's when I take a step back and try to, and there's a lot of people that I've unsubscribed from. Like I've said before, especially if it's a pattern of behavior, I understand that people have bad takes, and, I think we've all been there. But if this is like a visible pattern of just being an asshole, for me, that's a problem. But I don't know, the whole idea of not being able to travel, I know that some people came across that and will not see my video and will feel bad about themselves. And I'm not saying my video is like an answer or anything, but there's just no reason why anyone should feel bad. If you are a single person, if you are married with kids, if you're single with kids, if you're divorced with kids, whatever your situation is, if you haven't been able to leave your home state because of finances, that is not anything that you should feel bad about. That's not anything that you should shame yourself for. I always kind of reflect on my own childhood and think, what I had and what I didn't have. But the things that I did have made my childhood so fulfilling. We didn't go to Disney, and we didn't, travel internationally or anything like that. But what I did have was a parent that was present. I had a parent that constantly gave me undivided attention, was always home, was always taking opportunities to teach me. I've said, I always get emo when I talk about my dad. But my dad was always there to teach me. And, we would sit on the living room floor and look at his album collection, and he would teach me about music and just like history, and he would tell me about his childhood and stuff. And he always has stories. Like, my dad has stories for literally years. Like, I don't think he'll ever run out of them. And I would not have traded that for any amount of going to Disney or going on a Disney cruise or going to London or whatever. Like, I would much rather have had my parent present and had the undivided time that my dad did provide me with. And So for, if someone came across that and felt bad about themselves, which I hope that they wouldn't, but I also realize how sometimes seeing things on social media, it'll kind of like plant a seed in the back of your mind, and maybe it won't bother you today or tomorrow. You'll just sit there and, kind of be thinking, totally random one day, we need to go on a vacation. And then you'll remember that post from Meg, and you'll remember her posts from her last family vacation. And it'll kind of make you feel bad about yourself. And, it's not always immediate, is what I'm trying to say. And influencers need to stop encouraging people to live off their credit cards and loans, because that is not, here we go again with the influencers giving out bad financial advice. Like, Meg, where would you like people to just figure out money so that they can travel? Do you want them to find a pot of gold at the nearest end of the rainbow? Does she want them to sell their grandmother's wedding ring to figure it out? It's just like terrible, terrible advice. It really is. So don't ever doubt yourself. If you're present with your child or children, and you're teaching them lessons that will stay with them for the rest of their life, those are the most valuable things that you can give to your child that are not tied to, a monetary amount. And I know that traveling can give your kids memories, but let's also be honest, traveling with your kid, unless they're over the age of, like, I would say 7, 8, 9 years old, they're not going to remember going to Disney. Like, I do remember my grandparents and my mom took me to Disney when I was 2. And I don't remember anything about that trip. I have pictures of it. But that's the other thing. It's like, why even spend all that money to take a toddler on a trip that they're not going to remember? But it was funny because after my mom and my grandparents took me to Disney when I was 2, I didn't really go on vacations with my mom. We did like 2 beach trips, but once I was past the age of 6, we never traveled. We never went on vacation. And, she didn't make up for it by being present or anything like that, but that's a whole nother story. But, traveling locally can be fun too. You don't have to buy a plane ticket and stay at some expensive resort. You can go to a local beach. You could do a day trip. It doesn't have to be some kind of extravagant thing. Anyway, guys, that's going to be my thoughts on Love Meg for today. She's just a fucking, whatever. Love Meg needs to just shut up and stop shilling out this bullshit that is part of your completely unattainable lifestyle, that is in turn making people either make bad financial decisions because you told them they need to figure it out, and influencers influence. Let's not forget that, even though it's not all her fault. They influence people to buy certain products for their kids. They influence people to watch certain shows. They influence. So either way, she needs to take a seat. But either way, for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.